Greetings, Peter Keats, and this is an update on an earlier video to do with blinking fields or flashing fields. There was a very simple version which I found already up there. I took it and played with it. I've now done a little extension to that and present a more real-world use, hopefully. So, looking at the screen, this one here, if you look at that, it says text error message. So this is where you get an error message. You can have this at the top, at the bottom, wherever you like, doesn't matter. These fields are first name and last name, and phone and mobile. Now, I'm in the UK, in England, so let's say this might be set up for a USA market. Clearly, mobile would be cell, and the format of the number, the phone number itself, will be different. I think they have 3 different groupings which make up your overall number. So yes, it'll be different in different countries. This is particular to England or the UK, I should say. So I've got a situation where what testing do you actually run against a text field? And basically I've kept it simple. I've said for a first name I want text. I don't want ABC123. I want ABC XYZ. That's it. So my testing, because it's a name, it can be any length, so I can't validate on that. If I move down to the phone, in England, phone numbers are by and large 11 digits, and I've made it so that it should be a continuous string of 11 digits. We typically have a 5 and 6 grouping. So the first bit is your sort of area code, and then 6 for the fine details of the phone number. All I've done is said, look, put them both together, make 11 digits. You can have it whatever way you like, whatever rules you want to apply. So if I go and run this now, oh yes, saving. Saving is where it performs validation. Behind the scenes at the moment there is no database, no storage in any way, shape or form. So save, for another version of this, save would actually take these fields, do the validation and then save them out to the database once you've got everything validated. So if I go and run it, this is an admin screen which I put in, only really because the colouring can be changed. So if I actually do that, the error colour I've put as red, the warning colour I'm not sure what that is, it might be an orange or something like that, but the default back colour I've made white, which is like, why not? So if I go and look at the blinking, I get this field. Now, what I've engineered, I'll run through the code when I just run through this. So if I've got somebody's name, ABCDE 1, 2, 3, and then I put the last name of, oh I don't know, XYZ 9999, phone number again. Let's say some idiots put phone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and they've not put all the digits. Mobile, yeah, they've done it again. They put mobile and 333 666. So again, not 11 digits. If I save that, the last name field must be text, no numbers. Now I have set this up to flash, only to switch it between a default back colour and the warning colour. I haven't set any of these up to be red, none of them are fatal, although if there is a field I can't imagine what field. Obviously, we've got addresses, postcodes, and stuff like that. You could have red set up against a postcode. If they don't put a postcode in, then flag it up as red. Maybe you want to do that. That's entirely up to you. So the last name field must be text, no numbers. Fair enough. So let's take the numbers out. Rerun the save. That's now gone white on the last number, on the last name, I should say. And it says the first name field must be text, no numbers, which is fair enough. Take the numbers out. So we've now validated first name, last name. The mobile number must only be numbers 0 to 9, and we know for a fact that ain't right. So I can get rid of that. I'll leave the number as short. Run the save again. Oh, I'm looking at the mobile. Oh, I'm checking the wrong field. Twitter. So, same thing. Take out the stuff. And the mobile number must only be numbers, which I've got numbers now. So, the mobile number must have 11 digits, no spaces. So I've got 6 in there. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's now gone white. That's 11 digits, and it's all numbers. So that field also is now validated. The phone number must have 11 digits, no spaces. Ugh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Perfect. So they're all validated. The error message is now clear. Again, as I say, typically what would happen, because these have been validated, they would have been parked into a database table somewhere against other things like, that's first name, last name, John Smith, Fred Logs, whatever. So that part of it is now correct. And we've got flashing indicators, we've got color coding. Like I said, it could be red as well. So I need to come out of that and just show you first name. I've got a tag against each of the fields because that's the value that shows up in the error message. Now I'll quickly just run through the code. Get rid of that. I have made subroutines which I call for objects. I've got 2 types of objects, one of which is a phone object and one of which is a text object, text box object in this particular case. But the same rules apply for the first name and the last name. Because I've got the tag, I can identify which field I'm talking about. So I've got phone object against text box 1 is phone. I didn't actually change it. And the phone object is against text mobile, which is obviously the mobile. So I have got check each phone object is a straightforward code. You pass in the object, the text box in, well, it's a phone text box. So you're passing it in with a clear error message, which basically just, if there was one before, it just puts, it makes it empty. So if the object text is not equal to double quotes, as in somebody's put a value, now we're talking about a phone object here. So check all numbers against the object. Coming down here very quickly, check all numbers. For the length of the string that's been put in, make sure it's between 0 and 9. I know there are other ways, probably better ways of doing this. This is pretty well a quick and dirty approach. You use, I don't know, regex, where you put the collection in, capital A to capital Z, lowercase a to lowercase z, 0 to 9, that sort of thing. I haven't. So check each phone object. If the failed test is 0, as in it's passed, as in it's all numbers, then you come into here and then you check and say, is it 11 digits? And if it isn't, then you report that message that was being shown. The tag description number must have 11 digits. And because I'm alternating the colour in the error message, I'm flashing it out of timer, which then flips between the warning colour and default white. So, if it fails the test, and this is where you've got ABC 1, 2, 3, then it comes into this loop down here, and the phone number must only be numbers 0 to 9, that sort of thing. A similar approach, slightly different, for the text object. So you're checking that somebody's putting value in. Because it's a text object, don't want any numbers, so check no numbers. If it is a number, then you fail the test and you come in early. If the failed test is 1, then the tag field must be text, no numbers. So that's that. The error reporter is basically coming back over here somewhere. Error reporter is the object 1, 2, which is a warning. I left it for number 1 to be the red, the crucial code. And that shows that then. And the timer is basically, because you're flipping the timer, let's just go back and look at the timer. I've got 1000, which is 1 second, and the code for that is basically alternating between the warning colour and a blank or a default colour, which is white. So it just flips between the two. That is a more real-world approach. Obviously, you can have 30 or 40 different fields in this. Company name, contact details, a ton of stuff. You have to set up the level of the warning and validation that you want. But I think I've taken it a step further and I'm reasonably happy with that. So that's me for the moment. Thanks very much. Bye.